Season 14 has just arrived, and that means a brand new legend, Vantage, has entered the Apex games. Today I'm going to tell you my predictions, what I believe the best legends are going to be in the brand new season of Apex Legends. I'm going to apologize for the setup now. I am away at the moment. I really want to make this content and get it out to you guys so you know what the best legends are for the brand new season. If you don't know what a tier list is, I'll start off at C tier, work up way to S tier, C tier being the worst and S tier being the best. The reason why I start off at C tier when doing legends is because I believe there is not one legend in the game that is bad, who keeps it fair and even. Don't forget that this video also has chapters, so you can skip to see where your favorite legend is instead of just saying throughout the whole video. Now, just before we start, I want to say we are 50 subscribers away from 2,000, so if we get there by this video, that means the absolute world. And we have a lot of content coming this season, so you might as well subscribe anyway. And just put it out there, I'm not going to talk about every single individual legend. I'm going to talk about the legend that had the changes. So if a legend had no changes and they haven't changed from last season to this season, I'm not going to talk about them because there's just so many changes this season that this video will just be way too long. So starting us off at C tier will be Bangalore, Fuse, Mirage, and Revenant. So the only two legends to have a change in this tier is Mirage and Revenant. So Mirage had a change where Say will actually pick up his decoys on his heart sensor, so meaning that it's going to be a lot more easier to bamboozle people this season compared to the last season. And one of the main reasons why this buff is actually really good is Say popularity has skyrocketed. So he's slowly becoming one of the best recon legends in the game, and having Mirage able to bamboozle him and his whole team is absolutely huge. The only change for Revenant is that when you put his ultimate down, it'll show a little place marker like Lobo's black market. It'll show you where it's going to go instead of just instantly placing it. Not a huge change for Revenant. It's a nice little one that should have really been there from the start of the game, but it's nice that it's here now. But it's not a massive change that's going to change the course of the game. So he's down in C tier. Moving up to B tier now is Bloodhound, Watson, Caustic, Loba, Ash, Rampart, and finally the brand new legend Vantage. Now I'm going to go straight onto Vantage. Vantage, I believe, can be a really good legend, but my prediction is that she's not going to be as good as people predict. Yes, her passive and her ultimate allow people to see their shields, see what health or level enemy shields are, but realistically, I think this is only going to be good at the beginning of the game. If your team drop on 3-man purple armors and you start to push out and you use Vantage's ultimate and see enemy teams and that they have grey or blue and you know that you can push them and survive and win, then that's great. I think she's really good for that. She's going to be really good at the start of the game, but at the end of the game, you're just going to be looking around with her passive and her ultimate, just seeing red armors everywhere. You might get the odd one where someone's just respawned and got the grey. Yes, she's good for that situation, but it's not going to happen every single time. So I think her passive and her ultimate are absolutely amazing, but again, are only going to be used at the beginning of the game, are going to be effective at the beginning of the game. So that's why she's down in B tier. And the only thing that pushes her up near A tier is Echo. Echo is really good, and it seems like she's got to be really effective too, but he doesn't allow the whole team to use it. So Vantage is a very solo player, and you need someone to be in IGL to play her really, so you can see who has the armors that give that info out and tell your team. So her ultimate and passive rely on her to be giving that information. If you're playing Vantage and you're not giving the information to your team about what armor the enemy teams have, then there's no point playing her. Echo is really good, but again, only uses for her. Now, Watson had a little change too, which just allows her fences to be placed further and place a little few more, so it's not really a big change. And Caustic was just a little bug fix. Now, I know what I'm going to say about anyone who didn't get changed, but the only person who really didn't actually get a change, but it is a big change in the game, is Bloodhound. Bloodhound didn't get a physical change at all. If you watch this video on the top right hand corner of the screen, you can see the statistics from the ALGS, which shows what the pros are using, and Bloodhound isn't even in the top 10. So his player count has really dramatically decreased, and if you're going to play a scan legend, there's many others to choose, and we'll get into them shortly. But Bloodhound is in B tier, as yes, he may not be B tier material, he may be A tier material, but there's other scan legends in A tier which are better than him, so he has been pushed down to B tier. Moving on to A tier now, we have Crypto, Horizon, Mad Maggie, Pathfinder, Say, and Valkyrie. Crypto, Pathfinder, and Say all got joint changes, not individual changes. So basically what happens now when scan legends scan the beacons, you will get a Crypto map rune scan. So you'll get the next ring, and it also scans the entire map and shows where the enemy teams are. These legends didn't get individual changes, they just got a whole scan recon legend change in general. Now Valkyrie does come under that too, but she got huge changes this season. But I've got a few notes here where I'm going to talk about now. So what I got down here for Valkyrie is her jetpacks use more fuel, meaning you have less fly time. The height at which she can launch her ult, so when she uses her ult, she doesn't go as high as she used to, so meaning that the distance that you get with Valkyrie is going to be less, but the actual launch time is increased. So it's quicker to launch off, but you go at a lot lower distance than you would usually do. So again, meaning it's got to be harder to get from point A to point B. You might have to find some other rotation as well. Another thing is when you are hit by her tactical, it is easy to move, so there's less stun time, and you are actually harder to hit. So when playing Valkyrie, it's a lot harder to hit the enemies with her tactical because they have reduced the spread of the area of damage. So that's about it for Valkyrie. Horizon got a very little change too, and Horizon's is that it's just easier to kill her ultimate. So it's a lot reliable to actually stick and shoot the ultimate and get rid of it instead of just staying inside of it. Her ultimate also takes 50% more damage from explosives. Now I'm not too sure if that's from enemy explosives or just explosives in general, because people would just use her black hole and then your teammates will throw arc stars in, or thermites, or grenades. Now I don't know if that actually affects Newt himself, so using grenades from your allies might destroy your ultimate. If not, then it is just that her ultimate takes 50% more damage with explosives than just normally shooting it. Now the next big change that I want to talk about is Mad Maggie. Now Mad Maggie usually isn't in A tier, she's usually down in B tier, but she's had an insane change and you'll see what I mean in a minute. These don't sound too significant, but Mad Maggie's riot drill speed has been doubled, so it's quicker and takes less time for it to reach the point that you want it to hit. And the ultimate travels twice as far, and it lasts twice as longer than it used to. So it used to travel for 5 seconds, now it travels for 10, so it travels for longer and travels further than it did last season. But the big thing is her ultimate now destroys player placeable items. Now what I mean by that, it now destroys low bottles, Watson fences, it destroys gas cans, it destroys rampart walls. Now the big thing, this also includes Gibraltar bubble. If you look in the patch notes, it says that Gibby's dome will be destroyed if hit by Mad Maggie's ultimate. That's insane. That's what's put Mad Maggie into A tier. She could honestly change the way of comp, because Gibby is overusing comp, and rightly so, he's absolutely insane. But Mad Maggie has become a huge counter. She was a huge counter when it came, just when she came out normally, the riot drill burning people inside, but I could just use her ultimate and just destroy it outright. She's proper getting into the Apex games now, and I think she's got to dominate the season. I'm not just saying that because I am a Mad Maggie main myself, but yeah, she's got to be used a hell of a lot more. If not, she should be. Now Pathfinder is in A tier because I believe that his ultimate is still one of the best in the games, allowing him to go from one place to another very quickly, and allows your team to get from one place to the other very quickly. That's why I think he's one of the best legends in the game. And he also has his tactical, which allows him to get in and out of the fight very quickly too, and allows for easier rotations for himself. So he's one of those legends that helps himself and his team, and that's why I think he should be in A tier but not S tier, because there are just some other better people in the game now. And Crypto stays in A tier. He was in A tier last season, he's in A tier this season, and that's just because of how good he actually is, and his drone and his ultimate, everything. So just to recap, in A tier we have Crypto, Horizon, Mad Maggie, Pathfinder, Seer, and finally Valkyrie. Moving up into S tier, these are the best legends in the game. I like to say that you should have at least one of these legends on your team at all times for allowing you to get the best plays in the game, allow you to last longer, get more kills, and get more wins in general. So we're going to start off with Gibraltar, Octane, Newcastle, Wraith, and finally Lifeline. Now the only person in this tier to get a buff is Newcastle. So again, I got a couple of notes on Newcastle, and this is what I have down. So there is an increased movement speed when reviving as Newcastle, so I'm pretty sure we all that means. When reviving, he can move a lot more quicker. He can turn quicker when reviving. That was a thing that a lot of people complained about, that you can't really turn very quickly as Newcastle. That's been changed. You can turn normally now, or just a little bit quicker than usual. White and blue knockdown health has been increased for Newcastle only. So when reviving with white shield or a blue shield, you have more health than other people when they are just knocked down with a white or a blue, so allow him and the person he's reviving to last a little bit longer. Now this is a good thing about Newcastle, I want to say, is what I'm going to talk about next, and that's the mobile shield. The mobile shield I thought was absolutely awful. It really wasn't that good. It's a little bit small, it moves slow, and it just doesn't have enough health. It is very easy to destroy. Respawn picked up on that, so there's a couple of things that they've changed with the mobile shield. So the mobile shield has more health this season than it did last season, and the speed has been doubled. So if you're going to push someone, you and your whole team are able to sprint behind this mobile shield, get to the end of the team untouched because it moves quicker and it has more health. Now, Gibby is in S tier, but I am going to say that he's slowly moving down and down and down because Mad Maggie is going up and up and up. He hasn't been getting buffs, he hasn't been getting nerfs, but the people around him and the people who counter him the most have been getting the buffs. So Gibby is still a vital part for the game, especially in ranked, but he is moving further and further down the list when you get people like Newcastle getting buffs and buffs and buffs, allowing him to come better, and Gibby doesn't change. I would say that Newcastle is slowly becoming better than Gibby, but I wouldn't say that he has overtaken him yet, because Gibby does have that wide surface area to help their whole team, but Newcastle only has a tiny little shield, but the shield has more health and it moves quicker. So I am going to recap all the tiers individually now. So we're going to start off at C tier, and we have Bangalore, Fuse, Mirage and Revenant. B tier, we have Bloodhound, Watson, Caustic, Loba, Ash, Rampart and the brand new Legend Vantage. A tier, we have Crypto, Horizon, Mad Maggie, Pathfinder, Seer and finally Valkyrie. And moving up to S tier, the best legends in the game, in my opinion, the Gibraltars, the Octanes, Newcastle, which is a new one for me, Wraith and finally Lifeline. So I hope you enjoyed today's tier list of these best legends to be playing in Apex Legends Season 14. If you want to see more content from me, I will have a gameplay playlist in the pinned comment down below. I'm prepared for tomorrow where I have these weapon tier lists, so you know what the best weapons to use in the brand new Season 2, as well as the best legends. I really hope you stick around. There's a lot of content coming on the Dominate channel. Now again, I'm sorry I do have this set up right now, but I am away, but I really wanted to get this content out to you guys, so you guys can get a head start on the people who haven't seen this. So if you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like. Leaving a like allows this video to be pushed out to the people who need to see it most. So if it helped you, dropping a like, it'll help someone else. So yeah, we're about 50 subscribers away from 2,000. Thank you guys so much for your support. Once again, it's been my pleasure. Until next time, keep dominating legends.